Yes, recording. Hi, everyone. This is Let's Talk Creatives, a podcast set up to engage with other creatives through conversation. And today we have a special guest, Frida.
Phaedra Peer.
Yeah, so if you'd like to introduce yourself to the people listening.
Hi guys, I'm Phaedra Peer, artist, illustrator, graphic designer from London, and that is me.
Nice, nice, nice. So yes, so how did you get into art?
I've always loved art. My family's all quite creative. I remember my mum used to always doodle loads of images of the Moomins, which is this show that we loved when I was younger. And then I used to always try and copy her doodles. So I've just been drawing for as long as I remember. And then obviously the love for it has kind of just grown and grown until it's become something something that I forged a career out of, which I feel incredibly lucky to have done.
Oh, nice, nice. Yeah, I discovered your work at Brick Lane Gallery.
Yeah, that
So
was
yeah,
really fun.
yeah, you had an exhibition there last year. I think
It
was
was
it
this
last year?
year. It
Oh,
was
it was this year. It was early this year,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah,
It
yeah,
was literally just before lockdown.
yeah. It was,
So
wasn't it? Yeah, it feels.
yeah, so I'm
Yeah,
so glad I got the opportunity to do that. Because I was like working so much towards it, and then lockdown happened just after. I was like, well, okay, I can have a bit of breathing time. I don't have anything to do literally now. So yeah, but I'm glad it got to go ahead because it was quite a tight squeeze.
yeah. I'm really glad I had the opportunity to check out your work in its actual real form as opposed to just seeing it on your website. So
Yeah, it's
yeah,
quite
really
different.
good.
I hear
It's,
people say it looks quite different in the flesh.
It definitely does look different in the flesh. Yeah, it has like when I look at your work, it reminds me of who does it remind me of? It has it has that kind it has a particular type of vibe to it. Stella Vine. It has a bit of a Stella Vine
I absolutely love Stella
vibe
Vine.
to
Yeah,
it.
she's one of my idols. I love her work so much. And she was a big inspiration when I was at school. So that's a compliment.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I like and like obviously like you have the cartoon caricature images. So what's the idea and concepts behind those images?
Well, when I was studying art at school, I didn't, my art's always been kind of geared that way. Like I love pop culture, obsessed with Disney, obviously, like these are the kind of images that I take in. And but I never really thought that was like a valid form of art. Until during art, my teacher kind of drew my attention to Stella Vine. She said, I think you'd really like this artist. And it just, to me, really validated that you can portray things in this way. They don't have to be like photo realistic. And it's, you know, a completely legitimate form of art. So, and it's the form of art that I love. So I just ran with that. I just, I don't see, for me, it's not enjoyable to look at a painting that depicts something exactly as it is because you can see that with your eyes. I think it's
Yeah,
far more interesting to kind of have a bit of a spin on it, you know, if it's inverting the colors a bit, or, you know, as you say, I like to paint a lot of cartoons. I think it's just, you know, that's the lens through which I'd like to show people my world.
yeah. Because I really appreciate your work because I can tell you're communicating something, you're saying something
Yeah, I'm
with
not
the
always sure what, but something. But you know, I always say like if I could say it in words, then I wouldn't paint it. So sometimes I think it's quite nice to just have your art out there. Like I don't even always know what I'm trying to say with it, and it's quite nice to kind of leave it open to other people's interpretations.
yeah, yeah.
Sometimes I do know what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, no, I no, perfectly understand. It's You know, an artist is they express. There's a level of expression. They're saying something, even if you can't. Obviously, that's what art's there for. To
Yeah,
articulate something that you
of
can't
course.
express through words. That's what art's
Yeah,
for.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No,
actually.
definitely. No, no. It's really, it's strong. It's powerful. It's bold.
Oh, thank
That's what
you.
I see when I look at the work. That's what I see. Yeah, 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 yeah. I see, a high level of boldness, strength, um, certain level of like liberation.
Yeah, I
Because
like
I
that.
think, because I think it's important to produce something that's honest to the person producing the art. I don't like, it's good not to censor yourself and just honestly express,
Yeah,
yourself through the artwork.
yeah, yeah, I agree.
Yeah. So, is there anyone else that may have inspired or influenced your work?
I love Egon Schiele. He was a bit more of a classical painter, but I always loved his figures.
Yeah.
Stuart Semple is more of a contemporary artist who I really like. Ben Frost is another. Andy Warhol.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're some of my favorites.
Yeah. Yeah. Egon Schiele, he has those really quirky, slim figures,
Yeah,
like
kind of like
form of the male.
twisted. Yeah, yeah,
Really,
yeah,
yeah, really just natural. It's like it's portraits, but it's almost like a photo, like kind of candid.
yeah,
Kind
yeah,
of,
yeah, yeah.
it's interesting.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very very interesting. And Ben
Mm.
Foss, he's a composer, right? He does music,
No, he's
or he doesn't.
he's a
Or
pop artist. He does. I went to an exhibition of his in East London, and he does like these amazing canvases that he layers with things like prescription boxes, and then paints cartoons on them. And they're just really slick in a way that my work would never be, because they're all hand painted, but just done in a really refined way.
yeah, so he's like it's weird, like it's like a collage. So I got mixed up. So he does kind of like a collage of images of pop culture.
Yeah, yeah, he does really
Uh,
cool collages too.
yeah, yeah. It's kind of Andy Warhol-esque.
Yes, exactly. Kind of like a contemporary.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. No, very amazing work.
Yeah,
Amazing work.
yeah, he's really
Amazing.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, what obstacles did you have to overcome as an artist?
I mean, I think the main one is regular pay because that's not a thing. So that was a bit of an adjustment. I mean, at first I wasn't making any money,
Yeah,
and then it was an adjustment when I did start to make money because I'd make like a lump sum. I'd have like £0 in my bank account one day, and then maybe 3 grand the next if I'd sold a painting or a series of paintings. And then it was hard to kind of be like, because if you have that money literally just overnight, you want to spend it all. But I had to kind of realize actually this is probably my money for the month. It's not
yeah,
just like a little bonus. Like this is actually something that I need to save. So that was a bit of an adjustment because, yeah, as I said, the pay is just not regular. Um,
yeah,
uh, polarized opinions on my work. Some people love it, some people hate it. I'm a Cancer, so I'm quite sensitive. So,
mhm,
everyone's entitled to their opinion, but when people say they don't like it, that was quite hard to get past. It's hard not to take those things personally. Obviously, art
yeah,
is completely subjective. Everyone's
yeah,
entitled to their opinion. And I
yeah,
wouldn't even necessarily want to paint something that everyone would love because then I don't think it would be diverse enough. You kind
mhm,
of do want to spark those debates. But yeah, in an ideal world, I would like everyone to like my work. But as I said, I feel like some people need to dislike it just so that it is kind of thought provoking enough that you can't sit on the fence with it. But that's something. I've had to deal with, you know, people will write not so nice things on the internet, and I just want to reply to them. My boyfriend's recently started to tell me, like, you just have to ignore it, like ignore them and block them, like they just, you know, they want you to write back. But I'm not really used to that. So yeah, those would be some of the obstacles. It's quite lonely at times. I mean, I do a lot of graphic design now, which is nice because I can really do that anywhere on my computer. When I was just doing art, that was very much just me sat in my flat, which is where my studio is every day. So, you know, that was a bit of an adjustment, just being alone a lot. But I kind of overcame that by broadening my skill set. Now I don't paint all the time, so it's nice to be able to interact and kind of have more colleagues, and have a bit of a bigger world than I did a few years ago.
Yeah. So with this current situation of the lockdown, has that affected you much in terms of you know, getting clients or anything like this, if you don't mind me?
It hasn't. I mean, I had a few jobs that fell through, some graphic design jobs that fell through at the very beginning because obviously, you know, everything had just come to a standstill. But then in terms of selling like my art prints, that's been going really well. I think, you know, people are kind of constantly at their computers now. People are constantly at home. So my thought is that people are kind of looking around their homes and thinking how they can, you know, do them up a bit, because what other projects can you take on? So yeah, I'm lucky that I've seen a bit of a surge in sales of my art prints. That's been good. But yeah, the flip side is the cancelled projects that I was working on.
Yeah, that's quite common. Like, yeah, some of the artists I've spoken to, that seems to be a common thing where they'll just sell loads of prints. So I think, yeah, that's definitely linked into people like, you know, just sorting out their house and stuff like
I
this.
think so. I'm exactly the same. I keep looking around my house thinking like, I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
Can't wait till I can fix up my garden and spend more time in it. Like all these things I want to do when isolation is over. And I as well
yeah,
have been buying the prints. So I can see exactly how that works.
yeah. You got a lot of time to do all the small jobs around the home. So
Exactly. And a lot of time to spend on the internet.
yeah. So speaking of spending time on the internet, have you been watching like any movies on Netflix or like, you know, TV shows or what?
Yeah, so I got into Breaking Bad is like my favorite TV show ever. So I got into Better Call Saul now, which is I mean, it came after, but it's like a prelude. It's set before. So I
Yeah,
absolutely loved that. Watched the whole thing in about 2 weeks. I mean, it's alarming how quickly you get through series. I start a
yeah,
good one and I finish it like a couple of days later.
yeah,
Um, but I've been listening to a lot of audiobooks whilst I work. That's been nice. I just love anything crime fiction. Um, so yeah, loads of those. Been watching. I started rewatching The Walking Dead because that's another TV show that I love. Didn't
yeah.
really like it past season 6 or 7, and I was trying to find another program like it. There just isn't. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to start it again. Just rewatch the good seasons.
Yeah.
I'm doing that.
I'm a massive fan of everything you just mentioned.
Oh
Walking
really?
Dead.
Yeah.
Everything you mentioned, I'm a massive fan of.
Yeah.
Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, Walking
Yeah.
Dead. I'm a fan of season one, but after
So
season
good.
one, I stopped watching it because
Oh, did you?
yeah,
There's a few more good series seasons in it. It does get a bit ridiculous that I don't watch it anymore. I
yeah,
try to force myself to, so I was like, come on, it's one of your favorite shows, and there's like 6 more series you haven't seen, but it did just get ridiculous. But I think up until like maybe even season 4 or 5, it's still quite good. So I mean, I would say persevere. But the first series was definitely the best.
yeah. I watched series one, and I stopped watching it because one of the original directors on the show he left. The
Oh,
director
did
who
you?
Yeah, the guy who did
That was
Shawshank
so
Redemption, I think he directed the first few episodes. Like he was involved in the first season anyway.
Oh my god! You know, I
And
watched
like,
that for the first time the other day. The Shawshank Redemption. What an amazing movie! I literally watched
an
it like
amazing
3 nights
movie.
ago. I haven't seen it. It was so good.
An amazing movie. Yeah. So yeah, when he left season one, I thought, oh, I just can't be asked.
Yeah.
So
That's really interesting, actually, because I mean, it probably explains why that is such a cut above the rest of them.
yeah.
'Cause I thought that first series was so amazing. Like I remember, literally from the first episode, I watched it. The first time I watched it a couple of years ago. I
Mm.
don't think I left my bed for like 10 hours. I watched it in bed. I was absolutely hooked.
Yeah.
Um, so good.
Yeah, I was like that with Better Call Saul. I was literally watching like 3 episodes a day, 4 episodes. Like I was just so addicted.
Same, and I don't know why it took me so long to
Oh,
jump on that bandwagon because Breaking Bad, I think, is like one of the greatest TV shows ever made, and then
yeah,
Better Call Saul is exactly the same. Like it's the same
yeah,
kind of vibe, and it's shot the same
yeah,
way, and
yeah.
stylized the same. I was like, why have I been holding out on this? I do know why. It's because I didn't think it would be the same, but
Same
it's
here.
in a great way.
Yeah, I think a lot of people felt like that as well. I was so surprised, I had to tell my mate,
Yeah.
I had to recommend it to so many friends.
Same. I recommended it to my mum, and she was exactly the same. She's like, "Oh, all right, I'll give it a try." And I spoke to her a couple of days later. She's like, "I love it. Don't know why I didn't watch it sooner." I was like, "No, me neither."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Have you watched I'm only guessing that you're into like zombie films and stuff like this.
Yeah, everything like that.
You like I
Fit
to be honest, I'm not really a big fan of zombie films, but the Breaking Bad, not Breaking Bad,
uh, Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, excuse me, is so
Yeah,
good that you just get into it. And
yeah. No, I think it would happen that way round for me too. I think I liked that and then got really into zombie films.
I see. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a
Have you?
really good one actually that Channel 4 did. I can't remember what it's called, but it's all about like a zombie outbreak, and it's all in the Big Brother house.
Oh
Um,
shit.
yeah, it's really good, and that was directed by Charlie Brooker, I think, who
Oh
also
shit.
does Black Mirror, another one of my favorite TV shows. So definitely watch that. I can't remember
Oh,
what
I'll
it's
check
called,
it out.
but Google, yeah, Google all those things. Charlie Brooker,
Yeah,
zombie,
yeah.
Big Brother. And they're all like half an hour. I think there's just like 8 episodes, but it was amazing.
Oh, I'll check that out. I'll check that out. I'm writing that down. And so, are you a fan of Black Mirror?
Love Black Mirror. Yeah, absolutely love that. I mean, I love everything a little bit dark. I
Yeah,
do kind
yeah,
of love that because I sat through, I made my friend watch one episode with me. She's like, God, I just feel a bit depressed after. And it is a bit
yeah,
light. I was like, she's like, don't you? I was like, yeah, but I love it.
yeah. It's not light-hearted, but it's very interesting.
It's
It's
not like
very
how
dark.
it's so clever, and like he
Yeah,
says, I think he describes it as like how society could be in like 10 minutes, not actually 10 minutes, but like very soon.
yeah,
And I just love that. I think it's so well written. Like
yeah,
some episodes are really kind of foretold like things that are going on now. Handmaid's Tale is another one that I absolutely love. And then when they started trying to make abortions illegal in Alabama,
yeah.
that felt like it was very much something straight out of one of those episodes. So yeah, I love everything like that.
Yeah. I haven't seen Handmaid's Tale, so I'll check that out. I
Yeah,
need
check it out. That's amazing. Really good book as well. But the
to.
TV show is fantastic.
Okay. Have you seen Zombieland, the movie?
Do you know what? I didn't watch it, and the only reason I didn't is because it was billed as a comedy, and I don't like comedy in my zombie films. I just want it to be straight up like blood and guts and gore. So I didn't watch it. But is it worth a watch?
Yes.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yes. At first,
Oh,
I was put off the movie for years.
yeah.
And my friend said, "Mate, you need to watch Zombieland." I was thinking, oh,
Really?
okay, I just watched it with reluctantly.
Yeah.
It's so it's so fun. I think you need to just check it out.
Oh,
It's
wow.
so
Okay. So
funny.
excited.
It's so fun. Like
Is
again,
it?
I'm not into zombie films, but
Yeah.
movie is so well written. It's so well
Oh,
written.
really?
Python's amazing. It's so funny. It's so funny. It's
Oh, like that.
hilarious. What's that?
Okay, I'll definitely check that out.
If,
Love having a new zombie movie to watch, so that'll probably be me today.
yeah, Zombieland, and they have a part two. So part one came out 2009, and Zombieland Double Tap, that's part two. It came out, I think, last year, 2019.
Well, you know, me and my friend Charlotte, we actually had tickets to go see the second one. We were going to go see it at White City House, and then they
Yeah.
have a bar on top, on the roof, and a cinema in the basement. And we ended up getting so drunk beforehand that we didn't see it. So that's good, because I hadn't realised either that it was the second one. When I told her that, she was like, "Oh well, I'll just finish our drinks up here. It's not even the first one, so I'll do it in chronological order now. Watch the first one and then the second one."
Yeah, yeah. Bill Murray is amazing. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all
Isn't
I'm gonna.
he?
What's that?
He's so great, isn't he? Is
He
he
is.
in that?
Um, yes, I'm not even gonna tell you any. I will not tell you anymore. But
Okay, fab.
it's hilarious, hilarious.
Oh,
That's like I said,
excited.
hilarious, hilarious movie. I was literally crying. Like, it's so funny.
Oh, really? Okay, I was so excited. Thank you.
It's a good movie. Good movie. You know,
So,
that definitely I could recommend that to you. Yeah.
I need that to go. Not much else to fill all my time. I'm like, I like to have movies on in the background all the time. So like, even if I am working, I want something on in the background. That's why audiobooks have been quite good recently. So it's been hard to find like stuff to screen literally 24 hours a day. So yeah, recommendations are very appreciated. Thank you.
Yeah. Are you into detective films or detective?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I love or detective books. So I absolutely love James Patterson. Used to do these series of books all about this detective called Alex Cross. Two of them got made into movies. So it was Along Came a Spider and Kiss the Girls with Morgan Freeman.
Yeah.
Absolutely. If you haven't seen them, watch them. Two
Yeah.
absolutely amazing films. But yeah, I love everything like that. Homeland is another one that I love. That
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
finished, which was actually really quite depressing.
Uh,
Because it was so good. I felt like they had a few more series in them, but I think they just wanted to end on a high. But yeah, I love anything gritty, anything with a good murder storyline. I'm into.
yeah. Yeah. Have you seen True Detectives?
Do you know, I never have. I started to watch it with my grandmother, and I don't know why I couldn't get into it. And after that, I just never did. But it's meant to be amazing, isn't it? So I should probably give it another go.
Season one is. I've heard
Yeah,
quite bad things about season two. I haven't seen season
really.
three yet. Yeah. Yeah.
All right, so season one, I'll give a go.
Yeah. Season one. Apparently. Yeah. I watched season one. I thought it was really good. You know.
Yeah. All right, that's
Yes.
another one I need to watch.
Yeah. So.
Excited.
Yeah. I watch a lot of films.
Me too. Me too. I'm quite bad with it. I'll like fall asleep with the TV on, wake up, put it on as I'm like trying to wake up. Just I want it as background noise all the time.
Yeah, even if I start watching a movie that's really bad, I have to
Yeah.
complete it.
Oh really?
Yeah. Oh, actually, I tell a lie. I watched Birds of Prey and it
Yeah. Oh,
was
was it not good?
horrendous. It was horrendous. It was absolute. I'm sorry. Like, I'm not a
Really?
movie critic,
Yeah.
but it's like usually I could just watch it, but the acting was so terrible. I just felt the actors weren't even trying.
Oh
I
really?
just
Yeah, I could kind of see that because Suicide Squad I didn't enjoy that much. But
yeah.
I'm the opposite. My boyfriend gets so annoyed with me because he has to sit through like every kind of murder based film with me, which he doesn't even really like. And then when he tries to get me to broaden my horizons, like if I don't like a film within a couple of seconds, I'm like, no, not watching it, not interested.
Yeah.
Like, are you kidding? We haven't even got past the trailers. Like, how do you not like
Oh
it? I'm like,
wow,
no, I
wow,
can tell I don't like it.
wow, wow. That's like that. I don't often do that, but if it's just irritate the movie just has to irritate me for me to just
Yeah,
switch off. If it's
yeah,
irritating me, I cannot watch any more of it. And
Yeah, and I feel like you
unfortunately,
can
Birds of Prey.
tell. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I feel like you can tell. I'm like, if you haven't gripped me immediately, I'm not investing any more of my time. Like, I feel like you need to
yeah,
have a strong start. Do you know what I mean? And if I'm not
yeah,
feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But
yeah.
that's why I'm quite bad. Like most of the movies I watch are movies I've already watched. Like I really like rewatching things. I'm quite bad at discovering new things, and that's why I was so hesitant to watch Better Call Saul for so long. I probably rewatched Breaking Bad about 3 or 4 times before I moved on to that series.
Yeah, yeah. No, Breaking Bad is that like the ending was just perfect, you know.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, and then they made a movie, didn't they? El Camino, which I quite liked, but it was a bit slow. But I was so invested in all the characters, I would have watched anything that like showed a bit more
Yeah,
of them.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
no,
yeah,
yeah, the ending was great. Because he got so evil in it though. And it made me laugh because I remember him from Malcolm in the Middle, the dad. He was
yeah,
so goofy, and then he plays that like such a dark character, but great acting on his part.
yeah, yeah. Gee, are you into like sci-fi?
No, not so much.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, bits of it I like, but no, it's not my favorite genre. I like some of the like 90s sci-fi films like The Faculty I really like. Um,
Faculty. Okay.
but I've never seen any of the like Star Wars or Star Trek movies. I don't know if I'm missing a trick there.
Okay. Okay. But you like anything with like killing and assassins or anything like this?
Basically. Yeah.
Okay, there's another movie I want to recommend to you.
Yeah.
It's called The Killers,
Okay.
and I think it came out in the 1960s. It's an old movie,
Oh, I
but
like a good old movie.
it's really good. It's really good.
Right, I'm writing that in my notes now. The Killers and Zombieland.
Yeah, and yeah, so The Killers came out in 1964,
Mm.
and Ronald Reagan's actually in the movie.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, he was an actor before he became a
Was
president.
he? A
Yeah, yeah,
bit like Donald Trump.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Funny.
It's a really, really good movie. Really good
Yeah.
movie.
All right, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, that's an interesting movie.
Yeah.
If you're interested in like movies with assassins and all that.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, I love
So that's a movie. Yeah. So yeah, let me go back to my notes. Yeah. So what advice would you give to anyone that wants to get into art?
So, I mean, to get into art, I would really say just start doing it and do it every day. Like when I look back at work I did even a year ago, I'm so surprised at how much more I've learned, like how much my skills have evolved. And that's the same for anyone. Like the more you work at something, the more you train yourself. And like I do really think art is something that you just teach yourself. I studied it at school, but like so much of it was just about art history and like everything you did, you had to relate back to a previous artist that had done something similar. Like actual technical abilities, I think you can teach yourself.
Mm,
So to get into it, I would just say start dedicating some time to doing it every week or every day if you can, and then to try and make a career out of it. I would say you just have to try and find your niche. Just try, everyone is unique in their own way. Everyone has a unique set of interests, and like try and bring that to the forefront of your work. You're never going to make a difference in the world if you're, just like everyone else. I feel like you just have to find what sets you apart, find what unique interest you have,
yeah.
and then, put that spin into your work.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I think you touched on two key points that, like in my opinion, studying art history and just cracking on with it. Obviously,
Yeah.
all three, well, there's loads of points, but start studying art history, crack on with it, obviously, um, and just finding your niche, So
Yeah, totally. I'm a big believer in that.
yeah, so yeah, I think that's very definitely, yeah, really great advice.
Nice.
And so I'm just going through my notes. Cool. Are you currently working on any projects at the moment?
So I've been doing a lot of work on, so I've got a clothing brand called Creep Like Me. It's basically just, a lot of illustrations I do, put on t-shirts, jumpers, that kind of apparel. But I've started this project in lockdown, a collection called Sweat Like Me, because for the first few weeks I was literally just eating everything, like lounging around, not doing anything, and it was quite fun for a while. And I started to feel really bad about myself. So
Yeah.
now I've got a bit more into like working out a bit every day, trying to be a bit healthier. And I designed some activewear for Creep Like Me previous, but I was like, let me just really push this because I feel like kind of what people want to be doing now, like exercising. It's one of the few ways you can get serotonin these days. So that's a really fun project. I've just been designing that, kind of expanding it. Got a lot of personal projects that I've been doing, just a lot of painting.
Yeah.
And I'm still doing little bits of graphic design. But yeah, keeping busy. I mean, it doesn't differ so much from my life outside of isolation. Like I work from home a lot anyway.
Yeah.
Even though I say it gets lonely, like I will probably do like 3 out of 5 days of the week at home, and then I'll do 2 days at like a shared workspace or something. So for the most part, I'm working from home a lot anyway, so it's not been a massive change. If anything, it's been quite nice to know that everyone's now in the same boat. I don't feel, bad still being in my pajamas at 1 p.m. working, because I assume that's what all my friends are doing too. So if anything, it's been quite reassuring.
Cool. So all the apparel, can everyone find that on
Yeah,
creeplikeme.com?
creeplikeme.com.
Yeah.
And then there's the collection, Sweat Like Me. So
Yeah.
yeah, check it out. I'm really pleased with it. It's very bright and colourful.
Nice.
So hopefully brighten up people's days.
Yeah, beautiful work there. Yeah, I've just been going through everything.
Right.
It's really, really, really good work. And you have you sell prints as well.
I sell prints. Yeah, I sell my art prints off my website, which is actually a new thing. I've been missing a trick for ages. I was selling them through a third-party website, and it's only now that I've had all this time to kind of reevaluate my business that I decided to sell them off my website. And actually, it's been so seamless. It's so much easier. It's so much nicer when you play more of a part in your business. I'd really recommend not relying too much on third-party stores, because things like with Instagram, for instance, they've started phasing out like a lot of the business features that I use on some of my accounts. I've got my art account and my Creep Like Me account, and they start disabling a lot of the business features, I've noticed. And someone said, I'm sure they're doing that because they're going to, then give them back to you, but make you pay for them. Just little things like I can't tag products in my Insta stories anymore. I can't see any of my, what are they called? I think they're called impressions. So it's like how many times someone shared a post, how many times they've liked it, little business analytics like that I use like to determine what I'm going to make into a print. I can see which post has performed better. I can see what kind of content people like. Quite a big feature that they've taken away. So I'm a big believer in, having a business that's sustainable offline. So many people, if Instagram decided to delete itself tomorrow, like where is your business there? Do you know what I mean? Like you need to have your customers still. You need to be able to contact them. They need to be able to know where to go to get your work. So, that's like a newsletter or just, doing face-to-face events, pop-ups, things like that. Just try and be as much in the driving seat as you can.
Yeah. So how else have you been engaging with the clientele you're following?
So I started a newsletter. That was quite a new thing because I just wanted a way of kind of, keeping up to date with everyone that wants to. I've had a lot of people messaging, let me know when your next exhibition is. I'd love to come to it. I just thought that would be quite a nice way of keeping everyone in the loop. I designed a lot of cards. I started to do some for Father's Day, which is next month. So I just thought, let me collate everything that I'm doing and put it in a newsletter. so that I can keep people updated that way. I mean, I'm very prolific on Instagram. I mean, it is a great tool. Like, it's amazing that you can connect with someone who's sitting in their bedroom halfway across the world. So, like, I do update my customers on Instagram a lot. I'm just a bit wary. I don't want to be too reliant on it. So although I am on it a lot, I want to be doing stuff off of it too, just, you know, just in case. Just because it's not my business, you know, it's their business.
Yeah.
But I mean, I update my website a lot. When I can, I do events. But in lockdown, yeah, it's mainly just been this newsletter. I reply to emails a lot. So people can always get at me that way if they want, you know, any more information about commissions or whatever. I'm pretty much at my computer 24/7.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah. It makes you realize that events are quite important, actually. Obviously, like social media is amazing, but I don't think there's nothing quite like an actual event with an exhibition, and you see paintings on the wall, and you get to meet the artists.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it's just, I think this situation of the lockdown has made me really appreciate events,
100%.
and like how powerful and useful they are as well. So yeah, but
Yeah, totally.
but obviously I do appreciate social media, but nothing like the real, seeing the real thing.
Definitely. I mean, as I said, it's a great tool to use. I'm just wary of being too reliant on it.
Yeah, most definitely,
There's a lot of people, and like, you know, if your art is quite provocative as well, like a lot of people have their Instagram accounts banned or shut down. Like,
Yeah,
you're not in control of who's regulating your work. So if you are doing provocative art, they could decide to shut down your account, and then, you know, then where is your following? How are people then finding your work? I just think
yeah,
movements offline as well as on.
yeah. Yeah, I think that's a really, really good, like, interesting point, not relying on like, Instagram too much, because I heard Tory Lane's account got shut down. He's
Yeah,
a rapper.
I mean, I've seen a few people who've had their accounts deleted and then they'll come back.
Yeah,
They get reinstated at some point, but I just think it's not right. You know, it's your business. Like, there should be
yeah,
no other hands in saying, like, well, you're not operating anymore. But obviously, that's not your choice if you choose to make your business primarily in the hands of someone else. You know, so I think Instagram is just a great tool to assist your business.
definitely, definitely. Would you give, I don't know, like, would you give any advice to any individuals out there that are perhaps struggling within this situation? Perhaps there might be an artist and they're a little bit worried.
Um, Worries about income, or
Yeah, anything along those lines.
worries about, I know a lot of people's mental health
Yeah,
is not in the best shape in a situation like this, and then
yeah,
I'm a big believer art is the cure. You know, it's incredibly cathartic. Like, just find some time every day to do a little bit of art, and it really, I mean, for me anyway, like, if I'm stressed or angry or upset and I sit down and do a bit of painting, like that makes me feel so much better. And then in terms of, you know, just feeling stressed or worries about work, I mean, I think at this stage it's just about doing your own projects, you know, kind of making projects for yourself to occupy yourself, and then who knows what you can do with them. You know, I feel like if you set yourself a task and you're really passionate about it, that's probably going to showcase the best type of your work. Because I feel like, you know, things that you want to do, you do better than jobs
yeah,
that you don't really want to do, you end up doing half-heartedly. So just set yourself a little project, pour your work in, pour your heart into your work, and then that can, you know, act as a portfolio that you can then send to people in the hope of getting some work. But you just have to be a bit proactive about it. So I feel like at this point, people aren't going to be coming to you asking for jobs. So it's more about you knocking on doors and showing people what you can do.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah. This situation really pushed me to set up this podcast, actually, because I wanted to create content.
Yeah.
I needed to create content, but obviously you can't, you know, set up interviews at, you know, at a location. So I had to set up a podcast.
That's a great idea. I love that.
Yeah, I had to
And
do
it's
it.
nice to make everyone feel connected, you know? It's a nice
Definitely.
thing to do.
Yeah, definitely. And I just wanted to create something that could encourage people, inspire people, educate people, you know. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much the key agenda behind it. So yes. So we covered a lot. And for the people listening, could you share your website with us?
Yeah, of course. So for my art, it's phaedrapeer.com, which is PhaedraPeer.com. And then creeplikeme.com is my t-shirt, my apparel line, where you can find a lot of my art illustrations on t-shirt. I like to think of it as wearable art. So yeah. And if anyone wanted anything custom made, they can drop me a line. And thank you so much for having me.
Thank you very much, Phaedra. Thank you very much for your time.
All right, great. Enjoy the rest of your week and stay safe.
You too. You too.
All right, take care.
Take
Bye.
care. Bye.